is what flows in this fam's DNA. Dope is what flows in this fam's DNA.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to Dope Interviews, brought to you by the Mighty 19 Media Group. I'm your host, Warren Shaw, and as always, please be sure to rate, review, subscribe, and knock out and rock out with everything coming out of the 19 Media Group camp. As always, show some love to Rich Kid Clothing, hitting up our YouTube content. You can make sure you can use our promo code 19 Media at anything at Rich Kid Clothing on their website. Now, I'm rushing through because we have big things going on here today. In the virtual studio today is Grammy-winning international DJ, who's also a entrepreneur out on this piece, is my guy, Walshy Fire. Walshy, what's good, boss?
Yes, what's up, man? Yeah, man, everything good.
Thanks so much for joining us, brother. And I kind of just wanted to, run through your career here, as a international, like literally an international DJ rather. Can you talk to me a little bit about your introduction to music? Like, just, how did you first get involved in this business?
Well, the business. I went to Clark Atlanta University and I got an internship with the legendary Glenn Williams. Rest in peace. He had a Caribbean show on the radio station WCLK in Atlanta, and I was on campus and I would always hear this reggae playing. So I just connect with him, and it was just like, can I be an intern? And that really started the career. So 1994, I began to intern on the Caribbean show for Atlanta radio station WCOK.
Dang, well, that's kind of humble beginnings. You know what I mean? In a lot of ways, some people do start as interns. And I think it's to see where you're at now to know that, hey, you once had an internship. You know what I mean? I think is pretty inspiring. I think to some of the can be inspiring to some of the people out there. In the time that you've been in this music industry, in the business, like, what do you think are the things that have kind of changed the most? Like, how has music changed?
Well, the music has become more fused, much more genre-less. You don't have as much, us over here, you over there, you over there. Most people that listen to a particular genre of music also like several. When I was growing up, it wasn't like that. If you listen white people music, you would be shamed and laughed at and stuff like that. And not saying you didn't like it, but you couldn't tell people you liked it. It was like that kind of energy. And hip hop people would be more like deep hip hop. And anything that was even remotely whack, they would just like kick it out. Same thing with dancehall and stuff like that. So it wasn't like that. It's not like how it is now, where there's just a lot of collaborations and the sounds are crossing over and everything's just much mixing much more.
I think that's a great point, honestly, because I mean, even my parents are Jamaican, and I remember there was a time if I hear soca come on, it was a wrap.
That's a fact. And a lot of people don't want to talk about that moment where soca was hated by Jamaicans for sure. Let me not say all, but I think there was a lot of that. And I remember in Atlanta, yeah, man, if soca start playing, a man start vex. And let me be clear, it never really was a big soca set where it was like a 2-hour. Usually it would just be a short soca set. But even the ladies, there was a chunk of ladies that was like, yo, I can't take soca, It was definitely something that people would be like, yo, can't, it's too much. And of course now it's extremely big, extremely popular, and well deserving. The events and festivals doing so well. But you're 100% right. A lot of people don't want to talk about it just because it's an ugly stain internally for the Caribbean. But it did happen. 100% did happen.
Yeah. And again, I raised my hand, unproudly, but I'm proud to say that I've changed my tune on that as well too. And it's like, listen, it's all Caribbean music, but I think just even as you're like music in general becoming kind of genreless, and we're so accepting, and now you're seeing the move of Afro beats, and then people from that area are like, yo, this has been around forever. What are you talking about? Oh no, just catching up, right? But
Mhm.
but if you're from those areas, you kind of understand what it is. And I really do love the fact that I think, maybe in short, there's kind of be some more unity in it. And I think if I would, and I don't want to overstate this, but would you not say that that is a big part of like the success of Major Lazer, as a conglomerate as well too?
Yeah,
That
man. Absolutely. Major Lazer was just right on time when everything started to mix and genres began to bend and people began to explore music that wasn't maybe native to what they were used to. Major Lazer was right there. Black China was also right there,
mm,
and so I'm so blessed to have been, to be in both groups and have taken that journey of musical mixing.
if you wouldn't mind, could you share just the path to those kind of, in if you're from this community, and even if not, because Major Lazer is even like super 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 major, really, no pun intended. How did you get linked up, and how did those opportunities present themselves to you?
Yeah, man. So Black China was a thing where it's like, both of them are network.
Hmm.
Let's not like ignore the fact that I've been blessed to have people who saw my talent and then brought it to uh, the attention of people who could do a lot with it. And so Black China was definitely one of those where um, Miami's not a big town. Miami's a small city. So uh, everybody that's if you're in the dance hall circle, you know everybody. It's just like everybody know everybody.
Mm.
So I remember I moved back. I finished grad school at FAMU, and I decided to move back to Miami. And I wanted to start DJing. And I had my records, and I didn't have anything else. I didn't have a car, didn't have a place to stay, none of that stuff. So I'm kind of figuring it out, basically hitting reset. Um, and a good friend of mine's, Roger B, says, "Yo, there's a dance down the street called Stages. You have to go. It's a big dance." And I said, "Well, I don't have ticket money, man. We got to figure this out. We can't. I'm not gonna." It was like a $60 ticket at the time. I was like, "Yeah, I
Mm.
can't afford that." And so we thought, and then we said, "Yo, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna borrow my mom's car, and we're gonna go to this event at 9 p.m." Remember, I said the dance done 4 a.m. So we reach at the dance 9, and they're still setting up, and we just walk in. And of course, who would go to a party at 9?
Yeah.
And I'm walking in with lots of records. Clearly, I belong. And I just remember when the sound man start like I test the music and say, "Yeah, man, let me just test it and start play." So that was probably like around 10 o'clock. Me end up I play music from about 10 to almost 1 o'clock in the morning. Why? Because everybody else that was on the cast came at start time. None of them arrived before 12 o'clock.
Wow.
Remember, so the dance done 4 o'clock. And so what I noticed that night was the three promoters, Jamie, Alex, and Gary, each of them came up to me while I was playing and shook my hand. And I could see in their mind, they all said, "Yo, my team is the best."
Hmm.
Because we didn't even have somebody to do this early juggling. But somebody on my team thought about it and hired this guy. My team is awesome. And remember now, like Roger B said, this was the biggest dance in Florida, probably in America. Sean Paul was performing. A song from Canada called Baby Blue with Kid Cut and Chief were on it. Yo, this was a big dance, and of course, Black China.
Mm.
By 11:30, the dance run. That's what I'm trying to say. 'Cause remember now, this is the biggest dance.
Hmm.
So by 12 o'clock, the dance run. I play from 10 o'clock till almost 1 o'clock, and the dance run. So not only did I get to network and meet those promoters, I also played for an audience. And because I'm from Halfway Tree and I went to Skateland and I used to go to House of Leo, I used to go to all of these clubs in Jamaica. I understood how to play early warm, I think, better than probably almost anybody I could think of in my age group. You know, come I go Hosalio, I said Chico on cancer, I do early warm. And the way how he did early warm, it's like he wanted to go to the party early to not miss that.
Yeah.
That's how early warm was to me. Um, and I want to say again, I was learning a lot of the old records through Stone Love and watching Cancer Select because I would go to Dynamics or Aquarius the next day and be like, it's the one that goes, na na na, I'm not gonna let you go. I would sing it to them and they say, yeah, man, this song. So I started to become really good at early warm. So
Right.
now here I am with all of this knowledge and the actual records playing early warm at the biggest event in Florida. And Bobby Chin was there, and Bobby Chin said, you know, say your bud. I was like, yeah, my respect, man. He was like, yo, we need a new selector. Dupes arrived later on. Bobby introduced me to Dupes. Um, I had known Dupes a little bit because I was getting some remixes from him. He used to sell remixes. I used to buy them. So I knew him a little bit. I went to his house in Homestead. He lived in the ghetto.
Mm.
And so he remembered me and was like, yeah, man, I know him, man. You know, them time, my name Walshy Killer. And yeah, man. So it was like after a while, they said, yo, man, we got a show coming up in Montreal. Do you want to do it? And I said, yeah. And they made me buy a laptop and I was off.
That's what's up.
Mhm.
That's what's up. You know, for our listeners who out there who may not understand, the early warm is basically the beginning of the the beginning of the party. And I think, you know, it's something that I think within the West Indian culture, it is a vibe. You know, it really is a vibe. And that the fact that you took to basically finding a way to carve out a niche, really, and again, like that you were not afraid to, you know, kind of pull yourself up from the bootstraps, even going back to your
Mhm.
first answer, like taking an internship, just understanding like, hey, you needed to work your way up, and then the shine would come because you did have the requisite talent, you know, to be successful. So kudos to you, brother. Really
Thank you,
do,
man.
you know, I think thank you for telling that story. So that's the Black Chinese situation. You know, briefly, how the Major Lazer situation pop off.
Same thing. So, you know, Black China became really big. Diplo started buying remixes from Dupes as well. And we linked. And then Scarab Boy, his old MC turned Christian, he asked me, could I do a couple shows? I did it. And it just from there, it was on.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You've seen you talked a little bit about the DJ space being, you know, you're going to know everybody, right? But how do you, as a international DJ, someone who's had a lot of success, how do you avoid the hate, you know, or do you, you know, because I see you do mention like you do have a lot of
Mm.
alliances, and then again for maybe the unacquainted rather, you've worked with literally everybody, and then you're obviously big in the Caribbean community, you're big outside the Caribbean community.
Mm.
You know, DJ Private Ryan, you big friends, and you do things
Mhm.
all the time. How do you avoid the hate? You know what I mean? Because it seems like people would be competing against you and not really trying to work with you as much as they have
You know, it's funny. I don't think that's the case at all.
been.
I personally can't even remember receiving hate.
Word.
Um, and the reason why I say that is because hate's a strong word. Zine. Um, like I said, I'm from Kingston, Jamaica, and then I moved to an area in Miami called Carroll City, both very ghetto. Um, I was never rich, ever. So the adversities that I had to go through in those two neighborhoods alone was enough to understand what hate is.
I feel you.
And hate comes with consequences, right? Hate comes with actions. Hate comes with something that you just can't really like brush off. Anything that's come to me, I've most likely been able to just laugh it off and brush it off and be like, yo, I know everybody are gonna like you,
Right.
you know? I wouldn't say that's hate. I think that's opinions. And I'm okay with everyone's opinions because opinions don't have to matter to me. There are times when I'm asking for opinions and it matters. There's times when I hear opinions and it matters. And then there's times when somebody just doesn't like you and their opinion just Doesn't matter. Um, so hate to me is beef. Hate to me is, somebody got an issue with you. And I've not had issues with nobody. I've had a really clean face in the music industry since I started, since I entered.
Amazing.
I showed enough respect. I never backed down either. And I think because I never backed down, never ran from a clash, never afraid to engage in a physical fight. And all of that has happened. I've had to fight. I've had to engage in violence. Um,
Mm.
and I think that those things come with uh, a respect after. I want to tell you, no lie, man. Anyone that I've physically fought, we respect each other after, because that's what a man, I think, does when he um, sees that another man is down to meet him, with these. Any escalated version of that violence, it doesn't come with the respect, and I've participated in all of that as well. Um, but I don't think those people even hated me. I know I didn't hate them. I know that there have been moments that got heated and they get out of control. If I saw any of those people today, I would not even care
Word.
to continue anything with them, nor do I think they would. Um, Most likely, we'd talk and be fine. So, again, have I been able to weather the storm of people just not liking me? Sure. Because I've been doing that since life started for me.
I hear that.
And I don't put out the energy that says, please don't like me. I've never been the person that wants you to hate me, or, I just do my thing. But success comes with a level of, I just don't like him. And that's fine. I absolutely have zero issue with somebody just seeing me, and for whatever reason in their spirit, they say, Samir does not like him. That's quite all right, because
Word.
it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't do anything to, it does zero for my life. So I don't focus on it at all.
I love it. I love it. We're talking with the world renowned Walshy Fire. Let's take a quick break, y'all, and we'll be right back.
This awesome show that you are listening to is sponsored by Rich Kid Money Bear Clothing. The Bronx-based company represents 1990s streetwear with a modern twist. Rich Kid offers high-end quality clothing at reasonable prices. They have t-shirts, hoodies, sweatsuits, and more for men, women, and kids like me. You can check them out at richkidmoneybear.com, and you can use the code 19media for a 15% discount. Okay, back to the show. And as always, this is a 19 Media Group presentation.
And we're back talking with my good friend now, Walshy Fire, giving us drop-in knowledge here on his career and what it means to be successful in this music industry. So excited to be having a conversation with him, and this has been a long time in the making. I've been chasing this man down for months, because I knew the story was going to be great. So I know he has not underdelivered here on Dope Interviews. I want to talk to you a little bit about being on tour, right?
Mhm.
And do you have, like, when we talk to athletes, sometimes they say, "Yeah, man, I love playing in the Garden, or I love playing wherever the case may be." As a DJ and someone who's made their career in music, is there a city, town, place, or venue that you say, "Yeah, that's my home. I love every time I'm in that spot and we rock it out."
Yeah, so many. The question is like asking which kid is your favorite.
Okay.
So many, man. Kenya, South Africa, Uganda, Rwanda, Ghana. Oh man, like you don't even understand how the heart feels filled
Word.
when you get the responses and the connection with those people. Of course, everywhere in the Caribbean. Um, Montreal will always be that kind of place for me, just because it was the first place I ever played outside of
Mm.
Miami. Yeah, man, Toronto. Oh God, man, so many places, man. Even New York City. Like, there's so many places, man.
Yeah, well, I can understand that too. And yeah, like you said, especially when you're getting the love in the way that you do, it would be hard to kind of single any one place
Yeah,
out,
man,
so
and
to
I want
speak.
to be clear, man. The love, you see it in their face. They're so engaged, and the energy is so positive, man. Paris, Holland, Amsterdam, yo, you're like, they're watching you and they're saying, yeah, man. You're like, yo, there's something transforming It's a transformative moment. Um, Berlin, Frankfurt, Wuppertal. I can't stop drop names. Like, trust me, it's been a blessing. This journey has been a blessing.
Vibes for sure. Is there a situation or something that's happened in your musical career that sticks out the most for you? It's like, oh man, remember back in Berlin, such and such and such and such a
Yeah, it would actually be that. It would actually be Wuppertal. Black Chinese had become the biggest thing in Germany in one
really?
tour. In one tour, it was a 7-city tour, and we started in some small city like Speyer or something like that. I can't remember, but there was a website called Raga Kings or Reggae Kings. I can't remember. And basically, they were at the dance, and they were like the most popular reggae website in Germany. And they had come to the dance, and they reported, and they were like, "This was the craziest show I ever seen." And them time the way play like Nirvana with the Capleton on the rhythm. When I say come on everybody, this is fire time,
Hmm.
and the place at Joe, and we're playing songs on House of Pain jump rhythm, and the place I just get mad. And so we noticed that shows started to get bigger and bigger by as the tour grew, to the point where some of the promoters were moving the event day of to a bigger venue.
Oh wow.
And we were like, yo, we've never seen this before. We've never seen a sound system. I've never seen a sound system gain so much popularity in just 1 week off of social media, which at that time was the website. And shout out to Ben Raga Kings. I haven't seen him or heard from him in a long time. Someone texted him a long time. I don't talk to him years. Um, but man, what a joy it was to see how many people at the last show, which was in Wuppertal with Matia and Warrior Sound, were into what we were doing. It was absolutely insane, and uh, that will always be a memory I'll never forget.
Well, I'm blessed and congratulations to that. And one of the things I got to say this, I'm even going to go a little bit off script here, is it's amazing to even hear you recant some of this stuff, because it seems like I can almost see you going back to that place in your mind and understanding how you make people feel. You know what I mean? Like, just through the power of music. Like, am I reading that wrong?
Not at all, man. And I found Ben. I
Yeah, text him right now.
found Ben. Yeah, man, Ben. Look at this. I found Ben. Um, it's been an internal. It's like you're downloading every dance.
Mm.
So just imagine like your favorite tape collector or a SoundCloud you like, or whatever it is that has all the audio that you like, a playlist. Every set that I've ever done, I've internalized it. And I remember the emotion because I was giving so much emotion. I wasn't just up there playing music. I was giving so much emotion, and I was trying my best to make an impactful, long lasting moment every single time. And I had such great teachers with Bobby Chin, um, and all my favorite sounds, Silverhawk Sound and Super D and Bass Odyssey and Trooper and all my favorites that I listened to as a kid. I had all that wealth of knowledge. And I remember how they gave me impactful moments where it was like, I'll never forget this dance, you know? And so at that time, that was the mission. And of course there was no cell phones at that time. So there was no distractions. There wasn't nothing in the dance that you're like scrolling. You're focused. And so I find it harder to get those impactful moments now for sure because of everybody having a cell phone. But back then it was priority. So I'll always remember it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I think that's really true. Again, we're talking with Walshy Fire. Make sure you're following him on social media at Walshy Fire. Talk to me now a little bit about transitioning or adding to your portfolio. You opened up a listening bar called Dante's High Five in the Wynwood area in Miami. Just what was the impetus to that situation? Just obviously the love of music, but why a listening bar and kind of the format in which you put it kind of into?
Right. Well, vinyl is the bar. It's a vinyl bar.
Gotcha.
And vinyl is a medium that I've traveled. I went to Japan and saw some vinyl bars and things like that. Vinyl is a medium that I noticed people were beginning to purchase again. I was watching a lot of, I get into a lot of music reading, and you start to see people saying, man, the vinyl sold out. The vinyl sold out. And so I said, yo, I mean, vinyl bar, we can do that. So I got with some really good people. We have a really good team, and we created a very, very dope vinyl bar called Dante's Hi-Fi, at Dante's Hi-Fi, here in Wynwood in Miami. And I would encourage everybody, yo, follow it, check it out. It's dope. And yeah, it only plays vinyl. And you see the older heads with their nostalgia, and you see the younger people completely like, how is that happening? You know, so yeah, man, it's a fun vibe.
So you've made it, if I'm remembering correctly, you've made it membership based. So it's not just open to the outside public, right? Like you have to have a membership to get in, or are there opportunities to come in as a non-member?
No, man, you can go inside, man. But the members, it means you cannot be denied. So no matter how, so if you're a member, no matter how packed it is, you cannot stand outside and wait and be denied.
Understood.
Yeah.
Yeah, big vibes, man, and congratulations, to you, getting that underway, and such a unique thing. Yeah, I mean, and it kind of brings some things back here for the Miami area, and then music lovers everywhere. You have a lot of stuff coming up, man. As we record this, it's like the end of August, so you have Miami Carnival and Trinidad Carnival months from now, and a whole bunch of things kind of in between. Is there like an event, program, opportunity that you're most excited about that's coming up here?
Yeah, man, I'm doing a bunch of events for Miami Carnival that'll be really good. I have an event called Detour. It's growing, it's getting bigger.
Come on, I should buy tickets for that.
Yeah, man, and trust me, it's a blessing. I'm also working on another event called Save Our Souls, which is like an Afrobeat art spoken word event. And yeah, still dropping music, man, and hopefully a new Major Lazer album will drop around September, October, something like that as well.
So if we'll let you get out of here, just how, in essence, do you wind down? Because you're on the road a lot, got a family, got a lot of stuff going on. Just like, how does somebody like you relax and kind of just chill out?
To be honest with you, I don't, and I don't want to. I love what I do. I love working.
Wow.
I love staying focused on the job, and I love reading. I love learning. I have not watched a TV show in, I can't tell you when. I have all the TV shows on Netflix and Hulu and all of something. I have no clue what's going on at all. Zero. I have really been good at putting my hours to creating a legacy and, of course, generational wealth. And I just bought a farm a month ago. And I've been working on building out the farm and starting to grow what I want to grow on the farm and the animals and everything like that. So I've been in a different space, and I love that space. And so music, farming, my events, my bar, yeah, I love it. I love it all. And so that is unwinding for me, just doing what I love.
Well, I love to hear that. And honestly, there's not many in this industry grinding like you, having the success that you are, while still remaining, humble and grounded. So continued success to you, my brother. I'm very, very excited, for everything that's to come here for Walshy Fire.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
That's all the time we have for today on Dope Interviews. I want to thank my special guest again, Walshy Fire. Make sure you follow him on all social media at Walshy Fire. Hit up all his amazing events throughout the country, the nation, the world. Make sure you check out Dante's Hi-Fi in the Wynwood area as well, too. You know what time it is. It's been another dope interview, and we're out.
Together we stand, divided we never. The vision is one, striving for the better. Working as a team, working toward a dream. It's not even work when the team is the dream. On a united front, we got our own back. A band of brothers to counteract any attack. One heart in fact, forget what the blood say. Dope is what flows in this fam's DNA. So let's do it for the love, give to the max. Listen to opinion, but react to facts. And remember that together with a shh, but separate, just pieces of it. Dope is what flows in this fam's DNA. Dope is what flows in this fam's DNA.
Family represent like a tree with names on it. We're free, no chains on it. Relieved, the pain's gone, I can see. We come together like questions on the quiz. Mojo Flow and Viz, man, you know what it is. And if ignorance is bliss, you're gonna hate this lesson. Organized intellect like a tropical depression. My symbol is the cross, a mic and ghost peppers. Cause I'm just a black sheep growing up to be a shepherd. Moonlighting as a weapon to protect the children. Every brother is a father, dynasties we're building. Max, J and K, Bay, and Isaiah, next level of the family foundation, understand me?